Welcome back to Hannity. So you can always rely on ranking Liberal Senator Harry Reid to make an outrageous comment. This time, Reid made one when asked about his thoughts on the growing list of 2016 Republican presidential candidates. Let's watch this.
You know, I don't really care. I think they're all losers.
Well, he would know one. How classy. Joining us with a reaction, pollster Frank Luntz, the chairman of the American Conservative Union. Our friend Matt Schlapp is back with us. Frank, you talk about language all the time. Loser. But then the comments that he made about Mitt Romney in the last election, then he admits that they are false and the damage was already done. And he doesn't care.
What you've got, you've got Harry Reid unplugged. And so now he's saying exactly what he believes. He didn't do it for a while because he was seeking his own re-election until he gave up after seeing polling that I believe showed him behind. It's not what the American people want to hear. They expect you to say what you mean and mean what you say, and they expect you at least to operate with some sort of decorum. Sean, they're looking for civility, and Harry Reid doesn't have it.
You know, but the reality is, Matt, that every election cycle, when push comes to shove, by the end of this cycle, Hillary Clinton's going to play the race card if she's the candidate. She's going to play. We're going to have an image of the Republican nominee throwing Granny off the cliff. We're going to have an image of Republicans want dirty air and water and want to kill old people and kill young children. Because it's the same strategy they've been using for 40 years. Why would it change?
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, we saw the war on women last time. They might come up with a new name, but it'll be the same game. And that's what they do. And that's why it's one of the things that's good about our field, despite what Harry Reid says, is it's good that we have a lot of choices. It's good that we have a lot of voices. It's good that I think we have more than one of them that I think would be strong contenders in the general election, because it makes it harder for Hillary Clinton and her henchmen to go after one of them and start destroying them. It's a lot harder to destroy 10 or 11 or 12 of them. So I like how this is playing out.
All right, let's go, Frank, back to the disastrous week that Hillary's had. I mean, woman of the people gets in the luxurious van, parks in the handicapped parking lot, buses in the people at her spontaneous meeting, locks the kids in the classroom because they can't come out and say hello to her, uses Anna Wintour looks to go into Chipotle, won't shake anybody's hand, and doesn't leave a tip. And that's just the beginning of her worries this week. That doesn't sound like a woman of the people to me.
Well, look, she's got her supporters, and they're going to back her no matter what happens. I'm watching the language, and I'm watching the staging. If you go back to that little, you can call it a town hall, it's not even a focus group, when she had those 3 students and 2 faculty members, I'm watching it, I'm thinking to myself, she's writing everything they said down. Nobody ever does that. That's not real. That's not sincere.
So it's phony.
Hillary Clinton's got 3 issues. It's phony. She has to be authentic, and we haven't seen that in the first week. Second is that she has to show empathy. She has to speak not just from the head, but also from the heart.
But it's not her,
Once
Frank.
again, we really didn't see it.
It's like David Axelrod saying she needs to act more humble. You don't act humble. You're either humble or you're not humble. Acting, I don't think, is going to fly. You're asking her to be something she's not.
And there's a well, clearly she hasn't won your vote, Sean. And the third part is that she's got to be focused on the future, not the past. And too much of her reflections are going backward rather than forward. Those are the 3 attributes that she needs. And this first week, she didn't have any of them.
All right, but Matt, she's viewed as dishonest and untrustworthy by the American people.
Right.
Add to that, she claims to be, you know, isn't it time for a woman to be president? She's going to continue to take foreign money for the Clinton Foundation and takes money from countries like Saudi Arabia with atrocious women's rights records. And she's not giving that money back. She's not criticizing those governments. So doesn't she have a vulnerability on this that's massive?
Yeah, and I love that one of the 4 points that she brought up that she's going to focus on in the future, like Frank's talking about, is reforming money in politics. I mean, how hypocritical. All this controversy over the types of money that are basically funding the whole Clinton family lifestyle going through the foundation, you know, that's the kind of reform that we actually do need. They ought to actually be, they ought to focus on themselves first. And the fact is this, we saw at the UN press conference, she's rusty, she's wobbly, she's not the candidate her husband is or was, and quite honestly, what I worry about politically is that she seems to be having a mini implosion too soon. I think Democrats are a lot more nervous than anybody as they watch this wobbly candidacy start.
Well, thank you both. I contend at best, a mediocre politician. She does not have the skills of her husband. She has more baggage than he does, in my opinion. Guys, good to see you. Thank you both. And coming up tonight,